Shit. The top of my thighs are like, ouch. Well, I did shoveling on the woodpile pit over there and to get it all off the driveway and everything. And I was in pain. And then I went today and I did more shoveling over there. And I'm like, you don't do that all the time. That's why Suzuki tells me I got to go in there. That's why I got those shoes and do taekwondo, jujitsu, aikido, and tai chi forms, slow and patiently, and breathe. And I'm like, yeah, he's right. My body's like, holy shit. What did you do? I was shoveling. When you shovel, you have to do a lot of forms that you do in jiu-jitsu, taekwondo. You bend, it's very shoveling and cutting the crops and everything. A lot of the things you do in there, a lot of the motions you do when you do, quote, martial arts, as they would refer to them. So, yeah, it's just, it's, when you're doing things right and you do them in a healthy manner, they can all be used to provide and protect. And so that's what it's all about. Krav Maga, whatever that's the initial understanding of those things. It's when you do things, you don't do them excessively. You do them repetitively when you need to, and you make sure that your body's healthy enough to do it to maintain what you need to live. It's work, And so when you get people talking, all these people on TV, it's football and all this stuff, it's like, ay, Dios mío. Okay. Exercise and sport. And when you do it healthy, okay, you're able to protect yourself and others from aggression. But, you get a lot of people do stuff all over and over again. Like I said, I had certain things, when they tested me in Sierra Vista, it's like, holy fuck, you can't, he can outrun you, he can outjump, and then when I got myself back in shape in 2017, and then chemical damage in my body, now, in retrospect, I look at it and go, wow, they did that to Haile Selassie, Bob Marley, Sun Yat-sen, So now, I don't take it as a compliment, but I realize the company I'm in. Okay. So it's like, dang, Earl, you're like Sun Yat-sen, Haile Selassie, Whoa, and the way they've treated me. I told you when they locked me up in the DI detention center and I was getting my mugshots, I was like, I drew a picture when I was a kid of this happening to Martin Luther King Jr. And it also happened to, I knew it happened to Malcolm X, but it also happened to Steve Biko. So when they were locking me up and taking my mugshots, I didn't take it as like, oh my God, I'm seeking being treated like a common criminal. They treated Jesus like a criminal and the disciples, They were paraded through the streets and don't disobey us and then crucified. So I didn't take it like, oh, it was horrible. But I looked at it like I'm just doing what the others before me have done, And so I didn't see it as a demeaning thing and saying, that I'm a bad person. How many good people like myself have been abused by bad people that are supposed to be the authority and the law keepers, and the Burgermeister Meisterburgers, right? And so you got to understand that stuff. You guys really got to understand, Haile Selassie's teachings of Dima okay? That Jesus Christ, okay, was tried, murdered, and crucified by a republic that has people that perform in certain kind of contest where they have them voted into positions of human authority where they can pretend they're gods. Where before, when the ones that pretended they were gods, they weren't put in by, okay, we all agree you're the top dick. It was more like you had to be the top dick and, attack your opponent's weakness. That's Sun Tzu. Yeah, he's a boy named Sue. What's your point? Okay, you circumcise people's hearts, Gabe used to refer to the Washington Redskins as Washington's foreskins, and that's what I still call them. Okay, because they got foreskins over their hearts. Washington Commanders, you can't even follow commands. How can you call yourself a commander? I'm the commander, pendejos. You little, putas and putos. I'm the commander. Okay, you can't obey commands. How can you call yourself a commander? If you can't obey the basic command of Forgive debt and trespass, love one, eternal, faithful peace. What makes you think you have the right to call yourself commanders? Something to do with the military. The military is told what to do and murders people for money. And then you get people all the time. You sit here and listen to the football game tonight. All that they sacrifice so we can be free. You're not free from debt and trespass. Okay, the Patriot Act. Every contract you sign, okay, for your devices says that your house is no longer private. We have access to anything and everything that happens to your house in the interest of public safety. That's why they said that those cell phone towers were the interest of public safety and a public utility. And it didn't matter if it caused cancer in the people in close proximity to the towers. That the public safety, the public safety. And I said, well, that wasn't my point. My point was, okay, if we're going to put the towers up, they cannot be near dwellings. Okay. They have to, if they have so many 100 yards or whatever it is to where it's more safe for human beings. Because those towers are over there by that one, those two ladies that were a couple with the oldest lady's kids that I used to talk to, the one that worked for Animal Control Services when I used to walk up there. It's right by their house. Okay. Now, it doesn't work any better at their house than it does at mine. Okay. But at my house, it's not in close enough proximity where it can cause problems to exacerbate and cause cancer at a higher rate than it does in those two ladies and those kids in their kids' house. Okay, so my thing is, if we put up a tower, it has to be centrally located. But if we're going to decide and we say we put up a tower, if we're going to put it up near someone's house, then you have to share care given according to be built to last. We have to sit there and go, I know you guys love this house and everything, but this is the best in interest of a public utility for security, because we're still going to have that. There's still going to be rapists. There's still going to be murderers. There's still going to be, what a prowler. There's still going to be that. Okay. I'm not telling you when you live the Lord's Prayer, there's not going to still be sexual predators. That there's not going to still be deviants and perverts, that we're going to get rid of all the Son of Sam, Jack the Rippers, and the Jeffrey Dahmers of the world. It's not going to happen. You have so many people that are so addicted, okay, to remember the good old days. Remember when we used to dress like kings, conqueror of lands, conqueror of seas? Civilization came up from us. You know, people got together in large groups and mass murdered the other people that we saw as sexual competition. Okay, do you understand? A lot of people can think they have good intent. My favorite Still Pulse song, okay, is a song called Your House that a guy named Alphonse, who left the group, okay, wrote for Haile Selassie. Okay, it's a beautiful song. Spup, spub-a-dub-up, spup, spup, spub-a-dub-up. It was you who rose the flag above our heads. Once when I was in a little situation, you came with the solution. Solution was the revelation to me. Triumphant, oh, triumphant, triumphant. Spup, spub-a-dub-up, spup, spup. Spup, spub-a-dub-up. I want to live in your house. Make a home. Want to live in your house. And it was a man named Alphonse. It wasn't David Hines and Grizz and all those guys. It was another guy who eventually left the group. Okay. Because they went to Africa to play Africa. And when they went to Africa to play Africa, the promoters there were more crooked and more abusive to them and made them feel like they were going to kill them than the ones in Europe and the United States. Okay. The worst promoters of their concert that they ever had to deal with was when they went to Africa. And Alphonse quit and said he had to reevaluate everything. Is what I got from it. Okay. I can't tell you for sure. I connect to people in prayer. Okay. If they touch me or I feel touched by them, you know. And, because like that with Michelle, today she told me the thing about, with Demont, Demi's daddy. Okay. I always liked Demont. Okay. He's very charming. He's very funny. Okay. When he screwed around on Shell, it was more of it wasn't that he was a jerk. It was more, oh, girl, I'll be in trouble if you leave me now. I just don't know how to look for, all my friends call me a fool. They say, let the woman take care of you. So I try to get hip and think like the crowd, but now not even the crowd can help me now. That's what happened. Okay. He got played. The people he had, it's hard hanging out with trifling niggas, man. If you're not raised by a man like my dad, okay, they can't sit there and tell him, like my dad when Wyoming, that one guy, We need a good war to stimulate the economy. And my dad takes a look at me and he goes, whose son are you going to send off to kill so you can get a new pickup truck and a TV, boat and a TV? And the guy just went, oh shit, because he's looking at my dad's 15-year-old son. If we have a good war to stimulate the economy, in 3 years, my son will be up for the draft of the Vietnam to go, And every night they lie awake and dream of mama's chocolate cake and stumble through a simple little prayer. And then all that irrational, magical thinking of warrior cults, of sex-crazed warrior cults. Okay. And you guys are still doing it because you accept money and debt and trespass over the Lord's Prayer and the living Messiah. Okay. And it doesn't matter if you believe it or not. All I have to do is teach the technology. Okay, I love you very much. All right, peace.